नमस्कार, जय श्री कृष्ण।
दासो अपरीतास उद्भिदः देवानां भद्रासु मतिर्रजूयतां देवा न आयुः प्रतिरन्तु जीवसे।
श्रीवक्रतुण्ड महाकाय कोटिसूर्यसमप्रभा निर्विघ्नं कुरु मे देव शुभकार्येषु सर्वदा। या कुन्देन्दु तुषारहार धवला या शुभ्रवस्त्रावृता या वीणा वरदण्डमण्डितकरा या श्वेतपद्मासना।
To the community, and he will tell in our next speech, he will tell why A4H is required and what are the details about A4H, what is the American, in A4H, American word is there. So what American word stands, and it is for the Hindus, and what level, and also we serve for the three level. We work with the federal level, state level and local level. So we promote the candidate at local level and promote support also, and local level, state level and federal. So all the three level, all those types support is required. At Chino Hill or something, that has happened very recently, and previously it happened in September when Modi ji came. During that time it happened to the Long Island, same temple.
So we spent a day, 1-2 days together, and I learned a lot of things about him. So to give justice to this, I'll just read few things and I'll tell my own personal experience. Soldier. He is committed his life for not only taking care of patient as well as helping others, especially Indian Americans. That's number one. Number two, he has served with FIA, and in FIA, especially in the Northern California, he has started that organizations in 1993 to 2003, and he has started many fairs, festivals.
Over here before, even from some of the Chicagoans, and even from Los Angeles, where it's Neeraj. Neeraj is over there, so he's a president from California chapter, which is probably one of the most active chapter we have, besides Virginia, Maryland, and District of Columbia. Seventh-day Adventist for 400,000, and I'll make them a bigger church. So I put my 10,000, raise 70,000, 80,000, then they won't give us a loan for 320,000. So 10 of us put our houses as collateral, so we bought the temple, and that's I'm still serving as a president, chairman for the last 42 years in that temple, the Fremont Hindu temple, which has become really huge, and we were a few dozen of us on those days. Now in the city of Fremont, we have 38% Indian American, out of which 90% of course are Hindus. And we have our own mayor, Dr. Raj Salwan there. We have our own board directors and the city, the unified district, school district we call it. And in the whole hospital, Washington Hospital, out of 300 doctors, 200 are Indian American doctors. So we have come a long way, and that's just one small city. So, and this is, you have to start from the ground and work as a religious empowerment, spiritual empowerment, social empowerment, cultural empowerment. Manish mentioned that in '93 we started India Day Parade and the Festival of India, which we all call Festival Globe now, the fog. So besides our own states from Kashmir to Kanyakumari, from Kutch to Arunachal, we now have all the other countries and other ethnicities like Buddhists and Jewish and Jains and even Sikhs. Everybody else is joining us. All the other countries are joining us because Hindus and Buddhists are not only from Bharat, but also from Korea, from Japan, Philippines, Bhutan, Hong Kong, even in China, Tibet, all those areas, so Myanmar. So we are trying to get them as part of us so that we can empower them and make them part of us also. So we'll go over that a little bit later on. So in our prayer, they are also now joining and participating. And but we have a lot of billionaires sitting now. Forget about multi-millionaires. We even have billionaires. And the CEOs of many of these companies, whether it's Google, Microsoft, Adobe, and you just name it, IBM, just all of them are Indian Americans, Hindu Americans. And many of our doctors, scientists, professors, researchers are very much aligned with the American Constitution values. So Vasudeva Kutumbakam, the whole world is one family, one future, one world, and we truly believe in it. We are the only most inclusive, most pluralistic, respectful of all the other faiths. None of the other faiths are as respectful of other faiths. You know, there's a kafir phobia, or of course there's a lot of conversion with some. So we are the only ones who really don't do it, and we accept everybody. Even if you are atheist, you can be a Hindu. So I don't want to go into too much detail, but the family values, the peace, non-violence, collaboration, innovation, all these values, virtues are part of our culture, our philosophy, our civilization, and that's what is American Constitution is all about. And on top of that, we have even theory of karmas. The good karma, the great karmas you do, that's not going to be only better for you during this life, even maybe in the next life. So rather than doing all these bad things and bad deeds, being a dharmis or being a terrorist, rapist, murderer, druggist, so if you can do all these great deeds, not only just for yourself as an individual, which is important for your family, for your friends, for your society, but everybody, loka samasta sukhna bhavantu. So the whole, everybody in this world, we want them happiness, prosperity, and freedom for all of them. Or the ultra-leftist people who are doing it for us, it's our own people who has victimized. I'm going to request Amarji to come up here and invite some of those people here who were with you. Amarji, don't money, notes. Money is the mother's milk of politics. Without money, nothing works. Unfortunately, it's been so corrupted in this country, or any country for that matter, that without money you can't just move forward. So we need trustees who can give us $10,000, champions $5,000, even premiers, members $1,000, or some who can even afford to have millions or whatever. We can take any money. But at the same time, so those are the people who should come forward and donate. And those who can't, they can give even $11, become a member, or do a monthly. Or
Illinois. Give your comments.
So I urge all our active members here to be part of the activity and join this initiative for all this very important cause that Dr. Chapra is working on. So
Chapra said, Hindus need to be united, and as an American, we need our voice in this politics. So please join this organization. This is bipartisan. Whether you are Democrat or Republican doesn't matter, or independent. But this is bipartisan. This is for Hindu. So please unite under this umbrella and let's do wonderful things.
When we met Dr. Jafra in DC, it was a wonderful meeting, and he proposed that he's going to come to Illinois to promote this A4H organization. But during this 2 days visit, what I learned to help the Hinduism. American for Hindu is fine.
Experience at the Washington DC for the inauguration, and a great meeting with the Dr. Jafra and the rest of the team from all the different chapters from United States. I think we need a political voice. We are big in a number, big in assets, big in intellect, but we don't have any political voice. And that is what Dr. Jafra is trying to create.
such a nice gathering here. And thank you very much for those folks who are joining from home. Apologies for being late. I'll only take a couple of minutes. Maybe I'll lie. I'll take maybe 5 minutes. I'm told. But anyway, I want to thank you, all the local leaders and Karam Yogis, especially Amar Upadhyay ji, Dr. Manish Brahmbhat ji, Rohit Joshi ji, Mukesh ji, and many other leaders, dedicated people who have arranged all this in a very short time. I was coming to attend a wedding anniversary for a friend of mine, 25th anniversary yesterday, and they changed the program twice to accommodate us. Thank you all of this effort. And they have also put me into this big power situation where they have made me and Vidyaji for guest of honor. I definitely can tell you, I don't deserve it, but I know she perhaps is a better candidate. She's Sulwan family, which some of you may be familiar with. They are...
With this honor, I will be trying to help whatever I am able to do. Thank you.
He calls me soulmate, and the reason of soulmate is because she has digged myself. Like, you know, we just met, and after that there is no end of it. So, and I hope so. So I would like to introduce him, but just I want to say one few words. Karm Pradhan Vishwa Kari Rakha, Jo Jas Kinhi So Tasfal Chakha. That means we all have to stand and we have to prove our credential. So many things going on around the world.
People from Washington, D.C. Thank you, thank you. My name is Bob Sood, MD. I'm a doctor during the daytime and stand-up comedian in the evening. Translation, I save lives during the daytime, but mess up my own life in the evening. My father was a very staunch Hindu, and he belonged to a lot of Hindu organizations, and I tried to follow most of them, but eventually I did discover A4H. And this is probably one of the best organizations I have heard, seen, and thank you very much for guiding me, Dr. Chopra, my brother. What's your name?
Globe, who is doing like festivals for last 33 and almost like 35 years, and the first Fremont Hindu temple, and respected our Illinois chapter Amar Upadhyay ji, our respected mentor, guide, and of course trustee Dr. Aman Sood ji, our dynamic leader and chapter Virginia chapter president Vidya ji, and all the respected, and welcome everyone. I just want to say only 2 or 3 things, because everything Dr. Chopra ji already said. I just want to request you one thing, that as doctor said, that we have to be political empowered. It's really, believe me, I am heading Haryana BJP NRI cell, also the BJP social media and strategy. आपको अपने आप को मजबूत करना है, स्ट्रॉन्ग करना है, तो ऑफ कोर्स पॉलिटिकल पावर बहुत जरूरी है. जैसे बीजेपी ने पहले संघ जो हमारा काम करता है हिंदुइज्म के लिए, पर हमने एक टाइम में रियलाइज किया कि पॉलिटिक्स में आए बिना हम सक्सेस नहीं हो सकते, अपने उसको प्रोटेक्ट नहीं कर सकते.
Shri Thanedar ji, he is here online with us today. He is the one who established the Hindu Sikh Jain caucus on 17th of June 2023, and he is the one who actually with Dr. Chopra ji actually canvass and talk about.
हम हिंदू हैं.
गर्व से कहो हम हिंदू हैं.
गर्व से कहो हम हिंदू हैं.
हाँ जी, हम सब एक साथ हैं, तो इसीलिए मुझे बहुत खुशी है कि आज आप सब लोग ये लीडर्स यहाँ इकट्ठे हुए हैं शिकागो में. I have the pleasure with working Dr. Chopra. A4H has done such a wonderful work, and I am so happy to associate with you. I'm so happy to introduce. In my first year in Congress, when I saw the attacks happening in our temples, 24 temples were attacked, a lot of propaganda against Hinduism, Hindutva, being circulated all across, including universities, bashing Hinduism. And I realized we have a need to fight this Hindu phobia. We have a need to fight this hate against Hindus, and that is why prompted me to form the first Hindu, Buddhist, Jain, and Sikh caucus in the United States Congress. And I'm so happy to see 28 members of Congress joined me in this venture. So we, bipartisan, both sides, pro-Hindu. The most pro-Hindu member of Congress in the United States Congress. So you have a friend in the US Congress. You have somebody that will unapologetically, fearlessly fight for our cause. I am not going to be the politician who is trying to balance everything. I am not going to go from here and go to a Pakistani caucus, or I'm not going to go try to please somebody else. I will fight. I'll fight for Hindus because I was raised as a Hindu by my mother, and this is what I lived in India for 24 years. I understand, and when Modi ji came, I had the honor to escort Prime Minister Modi ji to the U.S. Congress podium where he gave a wonderful speech to U.S. Congress. And after that, Modi ji and I had a chance to sit down one-on-one for about an hour. We talked about a lot of issues, but one of the things Modi ji specifically wanted my help was to make the U.S. Congress understand the good work being done in India. There's a lot of India bashing. Not only there is Hindu bashing, but there's a lot of India bashing that goes on about that, and it's important that people know the truth. It's important that people understand how well various communities, different religions, different cultures coexist in our Bharat. And that is what I have helped Congress understand. I'll continue to do that, and I'll continue to build, as I promised before, a stronger India-US relationship. So, I represent a very tough district. I represent Detroit, Michigan. In my district, I do not have Indian Americans in my district. It is 45-50% African American. This is largely a African American district, and 40% white, 50% African Americans, and 10% Hispanic. That's what my district is. This is just February, March, and now already I have 3 opponents who are trying to run against me. Already, no one else, no other 2-term incumbent gets this kind of treatment, but in my district, people are really, really focused on getting rid of me because, they don't want an Indian American representing them. Even though I've done a great work, I brought $1.5 billion for infrastructure money to the district. I brought in $30 million for community projects. There is just a ton of work I've done in my district trying to create workforce development.
Rejuvenation is happening, so I can see that we are not the ones who are going to give up. If we can do it in every other field, coming from Silicon Valley, I've seen how there also, those days I had to put my own 10,000 as a doctors, and there was no IT professional, there were no CEOs, but now we have billionaires, and we are trying to convince them to donate money to you. As endorsed him last time also, funded him last time, and this year also, even though there are almost 2 years to the elections, like he said, but opposition has already started. So we have decided, our board has already decided to endorse him and fund him. So our Pramod Thanedarji, who's our president from the Michigan, I think he's getting the check from our treasurer, maybe.
That is the need of the hour. There are a lot of different, temple destruction as well as different bills that are coming to the fore. Recently, there was a bill in Virginia State House that talked about Hindu swastika as Nazi symbol. I think these things will keep happening until Hindus come together and they try to assert their political rights. And Jaffraji is very right in saying that Hindus have been dormant. They believe in American dream, but American dream is only possible if we are going to have political power. So,
but I would like to recognize few people. So please come on over here. Harish ji already came. So
it felt good. So that was my first dream, because we had other buildings, smaller building in the corner of downtown Schaumburg, this village. So
be the trustee for us.
In fact, we met in and out in a few meetings. But I mean, this was the first time I heard his what all he has done, and I can relate with that so much, because I somehow feel that I followed the similar footsteps in a lot of things. Started with building a community organization built in the city of Naperville, which has become a hub for Indian population in the country. In last 15 years, we got it to the world map, where we started the biggest festival celebration, like Jaffraji does in there in California, and then it has come to the world map. Mr. United our community and everyone in Chicago. You are very well aware of India Day event, what we do, the largest parade, a beautiful parade, very well acknowledged from everywhere. And from last 15 years also, I got started getting involved a lot, other than my IT business and everything, into the political life, which I was inspired by a few people, and then once I got into there, I realized that there is so much a need of time, that we Hindus need to be in there. Unless we are at the table, we are no one. We can be as much successful in our life, as much, doesn't matter, but at some point, you have seen in other countries, things will flip and will be thrown out. Even the big community like Jews, so much strong, they saw a challenge, but they were so strong together, they were able to still control it. If they can face it in America, think about who we are. We are no one. We are so much divided. We are no one in terms of politics. We are literally no one. Even our politicians, they're divided. They don't trust us. So as I started getting involved, with the Esters and other, are you guys ashamed of being called Hindus or being Hindus? Why can't you guys stand together and be together and walk together? So I have personally, myself, my family have given everything. A lot of my friends have given everything in the politics to be there, because this is the kind of public service that is needed. We have helped promote, and as I said, I'm very inspired. That was something I feel that I have also been doing, but in another form. But I'm so honored and glad to see you and what you're doing, and we want to continue this. And in fact, we wanted to start an initiative like this, but I think community was not ready here. We built the thing, everything around the Super PAC to do the same thing, but we dropped at that point. But we should have done it. That's what we always regret. But I'm so glad that you did it, and you built it. You're continuing. Doesn't matter what side of the aisle you are. Doesn't matter. First pledge you all have to take is support a Hindu. Doesn't matter, Democrat or Republican. I hear it. Even my wife, who's running for a local election right now, it's a non-partisan election. But when she goes to Indian people, first thing they ask is, are you Republican or Democrat? How does it matter? First of all, that's a local election. That shouldn't matter. But second is, how does it matter? First, do you want a Hindu to be there who can help you or not? Or you want someone, you can trust XYZ who will be there for you? Because they will at this point. But we gave all in a divided fashion. We all write individual checks because we want pictures with them. That kills us. You go to Jews, they give it together. They are one body. They'll sit AJC or RJC or they will sit together. They'll every politician come to the table, and then they will give collective money and they get things done. So anyways, I don't want to take.
Thank you, Dr. Jeffrey. Krishnaji, I totally agree with you. and probably nobody has faced what I faced as far as politics is concerned in last 5 years. One day we thought about it that let's have a Hindu cremation. We have so many temples and we don't have any Hindu cremations. So we thought about it. We had land. We paid for survey, we paid for these and that and everything, for a building. We went to the zoning. Because the trustees did not like the Hindus, we were thrown out. We did not got through. Everything was fine. 2 and 3 American homeowner around came in and they just said, hey, we don't want it because there is a flex, there is this, there is this, there is a smell. We were thrown out. Second land, again in Hanover Park, we thrown out because of trustees. We could not get the zoning cleared. Third land, in Schaumburg, we were thrown out that, oh, it is an Hindu cremation, so it's gone. Fourth land, in Edison, we thrown out. I fought for 5 years. Now we have cleared one land with the zoning. So believe me, I know that we should be on the chair and not just on the table. And I do agree.
American Hotel Owners Association. I met Japraji briefly in Washington, D.C. and then thank you, Pramod ji, to introduce me to this great organization. Look forward to working with you and whatever way I can do to make this journey better. I'm always there. Thank you. Thank you so much.
Here, but I've actually been the treasurer of BAPS Public Affairs for almost 10 years, and we've been running a PAC. And also I sit on the national team across our 112 mandirs across North America. And I would like to commend Dr. Jabra. I know we had several calls over the last couple of years across PACs, across Hindu PACs across the U.S. And I want to encourage you, and we'll do everything we can. Since I do sit on an existing board of another PAC, and I sit on 2 other PAC boards, I can't join your PAC, unfortunately, because there's conflicts of interest. But I will say this, this is of anything is when you call your congressman, does he pick up the phone? And what will he or she do for you? And as Krishnaji mentioned, I'm sorry I'm covering him up here, it's not about being a Democrat, a Republican, or an independent. It's being what's right for you as a community and being a Hindu, but also being right for your family as an individual. So I'll give you a couple of statistics to take home and sleep on. There's 325 million people in this country. Indians represent Hindus represent about 4.5 million plus or minus. The Jewish community represents about 7.8. If you look at the 2024 election in the 7 battleground states, if you map those 7 battleground states, what Joe Biden did in 2020 and what happened in 2024, look at the amount of Indians that voted. Pull up the voter banks and look at the ground reality. Did Indians come out to vote? Did Hindus come out to vote? And who did they vote for and why? Because unfortunately, no organization has unlimited funds. So you have to really target, and as many of you are physicians, you just can't do chemotherapy from top down. It's a very tactical saying, "Mujhe dosti karogi." So you have to make sure you make friends and you reach out to them. Because this is a long game. And this is a long game of almost 10 to 15 years. And when we set up our PAC, we sat down with the AJC.
The gathering, and I like this course. Everything is fine. We have
जैसे कि दूध में चीनी मिक्स करते हैं ना, वैसे हम लोग यहाँ पे हैं। तो अमेरिका की भी प्रोग्रेस के लिए हम आए हैं और हिंदूज ऑल ओवर द वर्ल्ड वी आर ट्राइंग टू मेक आवर कम्युनिटी स्ट्रॉन्गर। तो जब हिंदुओं की बात आती है तो सबसे अग्रणी में जिनके नाम आएंगे तो उनमें छत्रपति शिवाजी महाराज का जरूर आता है। तो
दोबारा बना देना वीडियो। Namaskar, good evening. We are right here in India Hub in Schaumburg. With me is Dr. Ramesh Japra, all the way from California. When we talk about Americans for Hindus, this was started in Washington, D.C. in 2023. They already have 14 chapters by now, you said that? Yes. And today this launch of Chicago chapter. Chicago, you cannot go without Chicago, because when you talk about Hindu community in Chicago is very, very prominent, because every Hindu living in United States of America and beyond got their identity right here in Chicago, when we talk about September 1893, when Swami Vivekananda came and talked about sisters and brothers of America. So then I am addressing you from the mother of all religion, that is our Hinduism and Sanatan. So let's talk about it. Why is the need? We are all so separated. Let that be in Bharat, let that be here. And it's a time, as there was a call, batoge to katoge, or we are seeing it, bat rahe hain to katte ja rahe hain. Why are we not coming together? And you took this initiative. We do have congressmen. Earlier it was 5, now we have 6 Hindus. But are we still, but number of population versus the congressmen, it's not still sufficient. We need to have our presence everywhere, from municipality, localities, and then come states, and as well as in the federal.
Absolutely. First of all the viewers of TV Asia, namaste. On behalf of Americans for Hindus, love you all folks. And Vandana ji, like she mentioned, they all need to come on board with us. I think you said the mission right away, that right from the school boards all the way to the President of the United States of America, we need our representations of Hindu Americans, Indian Americans. We have done so well in IT, in medicine, in research, in businesses, every whichever field. We claim that we are #1 earners, and we have the least divorce rate, we have the most peaceful people, most non-violent. But when it comes to politics, like you said, we are almost zero. Even these 6 people or 7 people, all of them are not on board with us. They do not really take care of our causes, our concerns, our issues. So we need to make sure that we develop these leaders who are Hindus or pro-Hindus, and we support them, we endorse them, we take care of their campaign, and make sure that their DNA is really, really good. When they get up there, when they get into the position of the policy makers, they take care of our community. They take care of our ideology, our philosophy, which is really, really lacking. So, like you mentioned, we all need to get united. I think there are a lot of organizations who are doing at different levels, at the religious level, spiritual level, cultural level, social level, even economic level, but hardly any which is doing as a political level. Unless you can do political empowerment, all these other things will melt away. They'll get dismantled. There are so many evil forces who are ready to dismantle us. So let's be on the table, not on the menu.
When we talk about it, every 6th doctor is an Indian. When we talk about it, engineers, we talk about the numbers. We don't see that in politics. And this is when we talk about there is a caucus, like, they always call us as samosa. There is no room for Hindus in name only, because what have they contributed? It's a time for the people, those who are voting, also to realize. And when we have these kind of pacts, we do need note and vote, jaise aapne kaha.
Absolutely. That's the only way to go around these things. Unfortunately, a lot of politics have been corrupted out there, and there's a lot of money needed. But now with the notes and votes, like you said, not only the money of course is the mother's milk of politics, is needed, but the votes, especially in the swing states, how we've been able to swing some of these things. And if we have both notes and votes, those politicians will come to us. We don't have to go beg for them. We don't have to go protest. We don't have to have all those things. So that is a mantra. So let's get united. Let's put our resources together. More than $1 billion gets donated by individuals. If we do them under one umbrella, and give the credit to Americans for Hindus and become member over here, I think we can do even better than what the Jewish American community does and many other community does. I think we are a lot smarter, a lot better, and like I said, we are #1 earners. So let's do it all together.
And a concluding note, as he did mention, the number of amount, the count that we give, it is widespread. Now it's a time to bring that in one bucket and give it and show it to the people, so we can have the congressman in our pocket, actually.
Absolutely.
To be honest. And
Absolutely.
Thank you so very
Thank
much.
you.
We wish you all the best and good luck. And where all that people can find you?
Absolutely. Americans for Hindus, #4.org. Just go to the website, click it, you can donate, you can look all the information. If they have any questions, you can contact us and we'll get back to them.
And the best part is they are taking tan ki seva, man ki seva, dhan ki seva. आप जिस तरह से भी कर सकते हैं. Even if you spare a cup Starbucks coffee for one day, at least you can be a member.
Absolutely.
That's what it is. Thank you. Wish all the best.
Thank you. Thank you so much. Namaste.
नमस्कार. नमस्कार, मेरे साथ में हैं अमर उपाध्याय जी. अमर जी, we welcome you and you have taken a lead for the Chicago chapter, as we know that you have been involved with OFBJP and many other organizations. Let's hear from you the vision that Chicago chapter wants to carry. When we talk about Chicago, if Chicago takes things in hand, it fulfills not 99.9, it fulfills it to 100%.
A4H, we are just beginning actually, and we have some trustees and everything, and everyone realized today that what is the need of A4H. A stands for American and H for Hindus. So all we Hindus also Americans, and Jewish, Buddhist and Jainis, all are Hindus, all are Americans, and everyone supports the Hindu. So we need some organization, politically empowered organization, who can take up the Hindu issue at the federal level, state level and local level, and then we can win. Otherwise we cannot win. So if we donate to the congressmen individually, it will help you just to, personally they will help, but they will not do anything for the Hindu community. So as far as community is concerned, we need to unite and generate the money and give them whenever we need, and to the pro-Hindu congressmen or senators, not any other one. So that is the thing.
Hindus in name only is not going to get a cent. That should be the mission of this organization, because we do have a lot of Hindus, elected officials, but they claim themselves to be Hindus. They're getting a lot of money, but when it comes to the cause, we don't see them very vocal like the other religion representatives are talking. We wish you all the best. Good luck. Thank you for sharing.
Thank you, Padma ji.
Namaskar. Namaskar, with me is the global brand ambassador of A for Hindus, Americans for Hindus, Joe Sharma ji. Let's hear from you about your participation with this organization and how long you've been associated with them and what all has happened so far since in your town.
Thank you so much, TV Asia. I am with American for Hindus since it formed. Dr. Japra ji, I'm in Bay Area, working with him in FIA organization since many years. So we are all inspired with Dr. Ji and supporting. And when he explained about this vision for A4H, we are all doing everything we can to educate people that why it is important to be part of A4H, so that we select the politicians who can support our community. Because in California, when the caste system initiation started, I was part of a meeting where we were begging people that, hey, we don't want to differentiate our kids with caste system.
Absolutely,
so
it has not been there.
Exactly,
Our kids don't even know about it.
So why you are getting now and why you are dividing us within the community? We are already facing so much issues in India because of caste system. Why we are bringing that here when it is not even relevant? That's where the A4H gave birth. That's where we got it, that if we don't act now, nobody is going to help us tomorrow. So we have to stand up for ourselves, for our younger generations to realize that we are all one. Please don't divide us among ourselves. So that's the motto I have, and as a global ambassador, I am going around all the states because I'm promoting my movies.
We are all from Bharat. Doesn't matter, like somebody talks about, like we should not be having that I'm from here, I'm from here. That is where we differentiate.
So I'm traveling 40 cities now, and every city I'm going, I'm trying to get the team together. And just recently I went to Denver and I explained to them about during my movie promotions, I'm adding A4H also part of my goal to host events, get people initiated to start their own branch in those states. So that's the goal we have. And 40 cities, our goal is that we expand it to all 40 cities, big cities in United States, covering every corner. And the goal is by next year, we need to have our representative politicians in every place who support Hindu community.
Thank you so very much. We wish you all the best, ma'am. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, TV Asia ji, and आपको बहुत हमारा प्रणाम, and please thank you so much for coming.
My honor. धन्यवाद. Thank you.
अच्छा लगा?
हाँ जी.